Welcome back to Ayaz Tech. In this video, I will show you how to use checkboxes with Angular material. So let me show you what I am going to cover in this video. In this video, I will show you how to use the indeterminate mode for the checkbox that would look like this. And you will see how to disable a checkbox, and we will see how to add different colors to the checkboxes, and also we will learn how to change the position for the checkbox label, and we will learn how to select all or unselect the checkboxes, and at the end we will learn how to use reactive forms with the checkboxes. So these are all of the things that we are going to learn in this video. So let's begin. First of all, so this is how it is currently. We have nothing in our project. It is empty project. So I am assuming that you already have installed the Angular material. So the before we start using the checkbox, we need to import some modules. At least we need to install import the mat checkbox module, and let's import it from here as well. All right, we just have imported the mat checkbox module. Now, using adding a checkbox module is very easy in Angular material. You just need to add this syntax mat checkbox and add anything between these two tags that will become the label of that checkbox. For example, check me. Okay, let's see. Let's add some container around it. For example, okay, I added some styles to bring the checkbox in the center. Uh, okay, so now you can see our checkbox has been added. It is created for us out of the box. You can see you just have to click here and it is working perfectly fine. It has the ripple effect and all of the animation. So that's great. Next, uh, I will show you how to add the indeterminate mode like this. For that, come here and add a directive, and the name of the directive is indeterminate, and here you have to pass true to activate the indeterminate mode. You can see that now it has the indeterminate mode. So as soon as you click on the indeterminate mode, it will show the checkbox, and if you click on the same checkbox again, then it will remove all of the selection. So so this is how indeterminate mode works. Now let's move ahead. Now we will see how to disable this checkbox. It is very easy. You can just add disabled attribute here and it will make it disabled. You cannot change anything. You can use a false, you can even remove it, so it does not matter. So next I will show you how to add different colors to these checkboxes. For that, let me copy paste same checkbox 3 times, and here I will add first color primary, second color warm, and third one accent. You can see I added three different colors. So these three colors are coming from the default theme that we used during installation of the Angular material. You can add different theme, or you can also customized you can also add a customized theme as well. So so you can change these colors as well based on the theme that you have installed. So now let's move next. Next, I will show you how to change the position for the label. That is very easy. So let's see. Uh, we have a directive called label position. Here you can type before, and here you can type after. Let's see. Uh, you can see that does not matter if you mention after or not, because if you don't mention the label position, it automatically add the position after by default for you. So if you want to add the position after, then just leave it, don't add it, because it will automatically add it for you. So so you can see how we can add the change the position of the labels. Okay, so next, let's see. Now we will see how you can add a feature something like this. For example, you have group of checkboxes and you also have one checkbox. And if you select that one checkbox, then it should select all of the checkboxes in that group. So let's see how we can make that possible. So let's imagine a feature like a list of the tasks that you want to complete. Okay. So this is the main checkbox. You can call it select all. And after that, we have the checkboxes of the tasks. So task 1, task 2, and so on. Okay, right now, if I select anything, nothing happens. Uh, Nothing happens. So we need to do something to uh, make this possible. So before we do that, we need to create an array of the data for the every task, a checkbox. Let's do that. Tasks is equal to 1, task 1, task 2, task 3. Okay, now I will use these tasks here to iterate the this checkbox. Let checkbox of checkboxes, actually you can name it task of tasks. Okay, this task variable is coming from here, and this is the variable that you will use to print the value between the label area. Sorry. So you can see that we have added multiple tasks. Let me add the HR line. Um, okay, so you can see that I have added the loop here, and these tasks are coming from that loop. So we also need to change the structure of this array as well. So for example, instead of the strings, I want to convert it to the objects. Okay, so now we need to update this section as well to use the value. Okay, task 1, 2, 3. If I click here, it should select all of the checkboxes. So for that, uh, we need to add a change event. I called a function that I will create shortly. Let's see what we have in this event. Object. Okay, so if you use event.checked, then it will tell you if on this change event if it was selected or not. If it was unchecked, then it will give you false value, and if it was selected, then it will give you the true value. Okay, so based on these two values, you can decide that what you have to do. So now let's do that. If if it was checked, then you have to select all checkboxes, and in the other case you have to unselect, sorry, all checkboxes. Okay, so before that, let's do something. We also need to use the ng model. In order to use the ng model, we need to import the forms module first. Okay, now you can use ng module here. Ng model, sorry, not ng module. So I use the ng model, and here I will use the tasks dot completed. So if task is completed, then it will use this value, and if there is a true value found in this property, then it will automatically mark this checkbox as checked. Okay, so right now there is no completed property anywhere, so it is getting false there, so it will not work. For example, if I add completed here, true, then this value should become checked. Look at this. So I will just keep it false everywhere. For now, by default, it is false, so nothing would be checked by default. And if you want to make all checkboxes checked, then you have to uh, update every object of this array to change the value of completed property to true. So let's map this array. This dot task is equal to this dot tasks dot map task dot completed is equal to true. So this is how, one second. Yeah, we have to return an object with, actually, let's have it in multi-line. So for example, now I need to return the task. Okay. So if you want to unselect all, then you have to do the same thing in the opposite direction. You have to mark the dot completed is equal to false. Now let's see if it is working or not. So if I click here, you can see all of the checkboxes are selected. And if I click here again, then it will unselect all of them. So that is very nice. But we want another thing. If you select only one checkbox, I mean, if one or two, if but you don't select all of the checkboxes, then it should activate the indeterminate mode for the main checkbox. Uh, for that, we can do something like this. Here, I will add ng model change. There is an event ng model change. Actually, not like this. We can say task changed. Okay, and I will pass the event. Now let's create that function here. Let me see if it is being called or not. Yeah. So you can see that this function is being called. So this is called when data is updated in this array. So we will just do something like this, that I will, as soon as the value changed, I will check every item of this array and I will find out if every item is not, every object has no uh, completed property is equal to true, then we will show the indeterminate mode. Okay, so actually I need to also create another property, indeterminate is equal to false by default. So here I will check uh, if this dot tasks dot every task task dot completed true. So here I am adding the condition, if every task is completed, then we should uh, change the value for indeterminate is equal to true, sorry, false. But in other case, else, in the other case, we should mark it true. And now we need to use this property indeterminate here in the main checkbox. Okay, let's see. So I selected, you can see indeterminate has been activated, and if I select all, then it has removed the indeterminate. But there is another strange thing is happening, that it, although it is removing the indeterminate, but it is not adding the checkbox if all are selected. Okay, it should add that checkbox by default by itself. So for that, let's see what we can do. I think we should create another ng model here. We should create another property, select uh, check, select all input checkbox. Okay, by default its value is false, and I will use it here like this, like I did before. Ng model here. So here when I will select all here, when I will make it indeterminate false, then that's when it's the time when I should uh, select the main checkbox. So I will also change that, this dot true, or okay, that's fine. So you can see I change the value, and in other case I should do the opposite. I should unselect the main checkbox like this. So you can see it has selected. So now next thing is that when you unselect all of the checkboxes, then it should remove the indeterminate. Okay, so here I think here I should add another condition. If so, I should add the indeterminate only. Actually, let me see. So we should make this true only if we have at least one selected item. Okay, for that we can use the uh, filter task start completed, and if the length is greater than 0, then sorry, then we should select this one. Otherwise we should mark it false. Okay, let's see. So okay, and if I unselect all of them, then it has unselected the main one. So you can see it is working perfectly fine. So that's all for this lesson. In the next lesson, I will show you how to use the reactive forms with the checkboxes. For that, I will remove everything that I have so far. I will make it very simple. So with the to use the reactive form, we need to import the reactive form module as well. Now we don't need the forms module. I can remove it if I am not using anywhere. So reactive form module, have imported that one, and now I should I should define the reactive form group here first. Okay, and now in the constructor, I should uh, create the form group, and before doing that I will inject the form builder. Actually it should be the private, no need to make it public. Now you can assign the form group to this variable, and in this group you can add different values. For example, 1 false. You can add the default value false like this. 2 and 3. Okay, now I will use this form group here. I will link that form group with this main element. Uh, okay. Now inside of this, I will add multiple checkboxes. For example, add checkbox and 1. Here I will add the form control name. and 1, and I will copy paste this code 3 times and add the other names 2 and 3, and we can also print the value of this form group. We can do that like this: form group dot value and pipe JSON. Okay, you can see we have the values 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I select here, it is changing the value for every checkbox in real time reactively. You can see it's working perfectly. So I think that's all I wanted to show you in this video. If you found my video useful for you in any way, then please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification from my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time.